In the high-stakes world of Formula One, where the pursuit of victory reigns supreme, tensions often flare between fierce rivals. But what happens when the quest for glory becomes tainted by acts of disrespect? From calculated sabotage to outright collisions, we'll dive into the darkest corners of Formula One history, shedding light on those moments when drivers cross the line in their relentless pursuit of victory. Now let the showdown begin. In the history of Formula One, few rivalries have reached the intensity and drama between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. These two legendary drivers shared a fierce competitive spirit, which often led to tensions both on and off the track. However, one incident in 1990 at the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka etched itself into the memories of racing fans worldwide. The roots of this shocking event trace back to the previous year, when Prost, then driving for McLaren alongside Senna, had secured the world championship by colliding with his teammate at the same chicane in Suzuka. Fast forward to 1990, and the stage was set for a tense rematch. Senna, still with McLaren, faced off against Prost, who had moved to Ferrari. As the race began, Senna took pole position on the right-hand side of the grid, while Prost started second on the left. However, the right side was notoriously dirty, while the left offered a cleaner surface. Senna, understandably, wanted the pole position moved to the cleaner side but was denied by the FIA. The decision infuriated Senna, giving rise to ulterior motives. As the lights went out, Senna and Prost hurtled towards the first corner, their cars almost touching. In a split second, Senna made his move, veering into Prost's path and sending both vehicles careening off the track. The crash was instant, and the outcome was clear. Senna would be crowned champion, while Prost would be left to ponder what could have been. Senna's actions that day provoked controversy. Some argued that his desperation to beat Prost had clouded his judgment, leading to a reckless and unsportsmanlike move. Others, however, saw it as the culmination of a heated rivalry between two of the greatest drivers of their time. But that was only the beginning, because the next incident was a back-to-back combo involving one of the biggest Formula One legends of all time. Moving on to the 1994 season, which was a roller coaster of emotions, marked by both tragedy and fierce competition, two names emerged as the primary contenders for the World Championship title: Michael Schumacher and Damon Hill. Their battle for supremacy reached its climax at the Australian Grand Prix, the final race of the season. The stage was set for a thrilling showdown between these two exceptional drivers. Schumacher, driving for Benetton, entered the race with a slight advantage over Hill, who represented Williams. The stakes were high, and both drivers were determined to claim the coveted title. As the race commenced, Schumacher took an early lead, leaving Hill to play catch-up. But in a shocking turn of events, Schumacher's car snapped into a spin on lap 36, sending him careening into the wall. In a desperate bid to secure his title hopes, Schumacher pulled off a move that would slash Hill's title win. Schumacher deliberately drove into Hill's path, crippling the Williams car's suspension and ending the Britain's championship dreams. The crowd was left stunned, and despite widespread condemnation and accusations of intentional foul play, the stewards took no action, and Schumacher escaped without penalty. It was as if he was invisible. Nonetheless, the next incident didn't go in his favor. Fast forward to the 2006 season, and Schumacher was at it again, doing what he does best. In the Monaco Grand Prix held in Monte Carlo, Michael Schumacher's pursuit of pole position descended into controversy. With his Ferrari topping the timesheets, Schumacher's quest for a sixth Monaco win seemed within reach. However, his actions during qualifying would spark outrage and tarnish his reputation. As the session drew to a close, Schumacher set the fastest lap, but his time was under threat from rival drivers yet to complete their laps. In a brazen move, Schumacher deliberately blocked the track, causing yellow flags to be waved and forcing other drivers to slow down. This calculated maneuver secured pole position, but the celebrations were short-lived. The stewards launched an investigation, and Schumacher's defense of a simple mistake was met with skepticism. The evidence suggested a premeditated act, and the consequences were severe. Schumacher was demoted to the back of the grid, while Fernando Alonso, the man he sought to hinder, inherited the pole position and went on to claim his first Monaco win. The next disrespectful moment would make your jaw drop because it was between two of our favorite Formula One legends. And to make matters worse, they were teammates when It was during the Hungarian Grand Prix of 2007 that served as a turning point in the unstable relationship between Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. The tension between the two McLaren drivers had been simmering all season, but it reached a boiling point during qualifying at the Hungaroring. As Alonso prepared to leave the pits, Hamilton pulled in behind him, expecting to follow his teammate out onto the track. However, Alonso deliberately delayed his exit, holding up Hamilton and preventing him from completing his final flying lap. The move was a blatant attempt to secure pole position and gain an advantage over his rival. The stewards were quick to act, handing Alonso a 5-place grid penalty and stripping McLaren of their constructor points for the race. The decision was a crushing blow to Alonso's championship hopes, and he would ultimately finish the season just 1 point behind Hamilton, who later won the championship. In the aftermath of the incident, the rift between Alonso and Hamilton became irreparable. The Spanish driver would leave McLaren at the end of the season, citing a lack of trust and support from the team. Well, I guess that's what happens when you have two super talented drivers in one team. However, the next disrespectful moment is even more interesting because it's between former teammates. On August 1st, 2010, the Formula One world witnessed a chilling display of ruthlessness as Michael Schumacher almost sent Rubens Barrichello crashing. At the Hungarian Grand Prix, Schumacher, desperate to defend his 10th place position, employed a dangerous maneuver that could have ended in disaster. As Barrichello attempted to overtake his former teammate on the front straight, Schumacher veered sharply to the right, forcing Barrichello onto the verge of the track. The Brazilian's car wobbled precariously close to the wall, a hair's breadth away from a potentially catastrophic crash. The stewards deemed the move so hazardous that they handed Schumacher a 10-place grid penalty for the next race. This incident was a clear reminder of Schumacher's win-at-all-costs mentality, which had earned him both admiration and criticism throughout his career. The fact that he targeted his former teammate and ally, who had once obeyed team orders to facilitate Schumacher's championship victory, made the move all the more shocking. For the next disrespectful moment, you'll be surprised by who I'll be mentioning. The 2017 Azerbaijan Grand Prix serves as a prime example, highlighting how even the most esteemed drivers can succumb to the intense pressure of competition. As the race unfolded on the challenging streets of Baku on June 25, 2017, Hamilton secured pole position, while Vettel, his main title rival at the time, started in fourth. Undeterred, Vettel quickly gained ground, setting the stage for a thrilling battle between the two champions. However, as the drivers prepared for a safety car restart, Hamilton appeared to slow down, causing Vettel to react impulsively. In a moment of frustration, the German veered into Hamilton's car, resulting in a collision that left many questioning Vettel's intentions. This surprising outburst led to Vettel receiving a 10-second stop-and-go penalty for dangerous driving, effectively ending his chances of a strong finish. However, luck was on his side because he was still able to finish fourth, which was one spot above Hamilton. In the aftermath of the incident, Vettel expressed regret, acknowledging that his actions were unwarranted and describing them as a wrong move and a wrong decision. The usually composed and respected driver found himself facing widespread criticism for his uncharacteristic display of road rage. According to Vettel, the fallout from the Azerbaijan incident was the worst feeling he felt that season. That aside, it feels like Lewis Hamilton had a thing for getting into trouble, or at least being involved in them, because this last incident is even crazier. In the heated battles between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, one incident stands out as a defining moment of disrespect and controversy. It was during the 2021 British Grand Prix when Hamilton and Verstappen found themselves locked in a fierce duel for position. As they approached the second turn, their cars made contact, resulting in a high-speed collision that sent Verstappen careening into the barriers at a force of 51 g. The incident forced Verstappen out of the race and left fans around the world concerned for his well-being as he was sent to the hospital for further evaluation. Despite the drama that had just unfolded, Hamilton continued the race and ultimately claimed victory, marking his 8th triumph at the British Grand Prix. What followed, however, would be seen by many as a tasteless and insensitive display in light of Verstappen's condition. Hamilton proceeded to celebrate his win with an exuberant victory lap, waving the Union Jack flag from his cockpit to the cheers of his home crowd. The jubilant celebration continued in the pit lane, where Hamilton basked in the adulation of his team and supporters, seemingly oblivious to the potential severity of Verstappen's crash. The Dutch driver, upon learning of Hamilton's actions, expressed his disappointment and criticized the Mercedes team for their insensitive celebration. Verstappen argued that such behavior was unwarranted, especially considering the dangerous circumstances that had unfolded earlier in the race. So there you have it, folks. The top 7 most disrespectful moments in Formula One history. With Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher being the most frequent names on our list, it seems the two have a knack for getting into trouble and causing confusion on the racetrack. I guess that's why they're among the best drivers in Formula One history. Do you know any other disrespectful moments of F1 that didn't make the list? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.